Running a Fever, episode 388, Aging Reversed, Part 1, Introduction. Welcome to Running a Fever. I'm Michael Davis. This is a podcast about fitness, diet, and medicine. My goal is to live a long, healthy, happy, active life right up to the very end. And I want to do that by loving my life enough to make it last as long as possible. I am very excited about the series we're starting today. Every episode, I state my goal, to live a long, healthy, happy, active life right up to the very end. I want to focus more on these simple topics this year, and we're starting with the long part. Living a long life has been a common desire as long as humans have inhabited Earth. Though its origins are much earlier, since the 16th century and the travels of Juan Ponce de Leon, the legend of the Fountain of Youth has been a symbol of this longing for immortality. And though no one we know of has found the legendary waters, modern medicine is still looking for its metaphorical equivalent. There are many questions that need to be asked when considering this topic, such as, how do we define life? Why do I want a longer life? What is the price I will pay, financially, physically, or karmically? What are the moral effects? What is the procedure? Will it hurt? What would I do with all the extra time I would have? One of the questions I'm thinking about personally is whether any of my current ailments could be cured or corrected. Is long life only possible for those who are perfectly healthy? Many of these fall into the category of the old saying, be careful what you ask for. What if you would have to work 20 hours a day for the rest of your long life to pay for the solution? Would you want to live a long life as a disembodied head? The possibilities can get even more unpleasant than that. I'll let your imagination take you there. But it does remind me of a book I read by Ray Kurzweil called Fantastic Voyage: Live Long Enough to Live Forever, in which he gives an explanation mainly aimed at baby boomers of ways to live just a little longer until the biological technology solves all the problems that keep us from living forever. For example, developing more artificial organs and limbs. And I've already used material from another book by Dale E. Breedenson called The End of Alzheimer's, the first program to prevent and reverse cognitive decline. See episode 227 in the Dementia series. Breedenson claims to have a program to prevent and even reverse Alzheimer's disease, which is something I would worry about getting if I was going to live forever. I'm inspired by a book called Lifespan: Why We Age and Why We Don't Have to, by David A. Sinclair, Ph.D., with Matthew D. LaPlante. Sinclair is a professor of genetics at Harvard University. In his book, Sinclair attempts to answer some of the questions we just went through. His theory is that aging can be stopped if enough resources were devoted to it. And he goes into the technical reasons why this is the case, and makes the case for classifying aging as a disease. A word of warning: while you don't have to be a PhD to understand the book, it is very technical at times. It's not for the faint of heart. So, here are the topics we'll cover in the series. Reclassifying aging as a disease. The idea of aging as a treatable disease and its implications for medical research and funding. The information theory of aging. Let's explore how aging is viewed as a loss of information in our epigenome and the science behind it. Longevity genes. In this episode, we'll delve into the roles of sirtuins, NAD, and other longevity genes in extending lifespan. Calorie restriction and fasting. We'll discuss the benefits of calorie restriction and intermittent fasting on longevity. Exercise and longevity. This episode examines how different types of exercise can activate longevity genes and improve health. Cold and heat exposure. We discuss the benefits of exposing the body to less than comfortable temperatures for longevity. Future medicines and technologies. We'll look into emerging drugs and technologies that could extend lifespan, such as NAD boosters and senolytics. Ethical and social implications of extended lifespan. Here we consider the societal impacts of people living significantly longer lives, including economic and political challenges. I hope you're looking forward to getting into these topics and answering some of the questions we've discussed, and hopefully some of your own you may have come up with. Until then, if you have the fever, keep it burning, and if you don't, catch the fever, and I will see you next time on Running a Fever.